And the question always is in the future is, what kinds of problems are people having? Where's the ache? Where's the hurt?
Meet Dr. Bob Fritz, focused on the technology that businesses must have to compete today. Organizer of strategic training seminars around the world. Featured speaker, introducing organizations to 21st century principles and practices. College professor, currently teaching at 2 California colleges. Dr. Fritz can help your company as he has these other well-known organizations. For Bank of America, it was an MIS solution that allowed them to evaluate real estate holdings more effectively. For the state of California, a database was developed more effectively managing the buildings of the 109-campus community college system. Sensitive to the needs for strategic planning, Bob Fritz speaks about quality planning and using the computer to help examine the vision and mission of the firm. Quality can be measured, and Dr. Fritz talks about analyzing and measuring the keys of service, as well as examining critical processes. The question many are asking is, how did business survive before computers? The answers from Bob Fritz deal with winning on the bottom line with computers. In this seminar segment, Dr. Fritz alleviates employee computer phobia, as well as using the computer to increase profits.
First thing I see is this little unit, and it looked very friendly. And I looked at the screen, and it said, hit any key. And I looked at the keyboard, and I looked for any key, A-N-Y, K-E-Y. And I did not find any key. I sat there, and here I was with all of my years of experience going, now what do I do?
What we've seen in the last 10 years, the last 12 years, is that the small computer, that's small in size only, but large in capability, has taken its place in every home, every office, and on the senior level manager's desk as well.
In Power Shift, Toffler says that the world today belongs to those who can move quickly and accurately. And if we find that people are not moving quickly or accurately, their corporations are in deep trouble.
And we are today doing a global experience. Having just come back from Thailand not too long ago, I get a feel for what's happening over in Eastern Asia. Going to Poland in about 2 months, I get a feeling for what's going to happen over there. So we are truly in a global experience.
This global experience not only helps me understand how to use the keys of computing locally, but to think globally. So I've been able to think globally and work locally.
The global village, as Robert Allen, who's chairman of AT&T, talks about, the electronic global village. We're coming closer and closer and closer together. I was mindful of this as I was flying over to Tokyo this last summer, how small the world really is when you come right down to it.
Right now, we need to increase our productivity in this country by 5% per year. How are we going to do that? I think there's going to be governmental support for equipment to solve that productivity problem that we have. We need to look at process analysis. We need to look at what procedures are being taken. We need to know how different applications are performed and come up with solutions for that.
GUI is graphic user interface. The idea of using icons and pictures on the screen, Windows for instance. YUC is EUC, or end user computing, and we have then graphic user interface for that end user. So it's becoming easier for that person to do what they have to do, to use the equipment. But I think the paradigm really is, how can I communicate, how can I use this in not only talking with the people, but changing corporate culture.
The goal that I have is to help people wherever they may be, whether they're in the United States, whether they're outside of the United States. And I feel I have a real drive inside that occurs, and I try to just commit my life to helping other people. My grandparents were missionaries, and I have kind of a missionary zeal. So I do like to help people around the world. Poland, for instance, if you've read Mitcher's book on Poland, or if you've watched what's happened in Poland, there's a real need for education and for support.
What did you find that was the most relevant difference between American business and what you had learned related to Thai business as far as instructional teaching and what their requirements were?
One of the things I noticed as far as a college professor, looking at it from that aspect, was that the British system is used, and that means that I talk all the time. The students listen a lot.
Well, I enjoy speaking to groups because I view myself as a talking techie, or a techie with heart. And so often you find people are going, oh no, how am I ever going to use this piece of equipment? I have this electronic bookend that's just not available to me. And I just enjoy helping people to see, in large groups as well as small groups, see how the computing can be so useful a tool and so useful a key to solving and helping them to work through their solutions to their problems. And people really get exciting. The bigger the group, very often, the more exciting the group becomes. And with that excitement is just a wonderful feeling that you're helping other people. When I work with individuals, when I work with organizations, when I work with corporations, each person that I meet, one of the questions that I have is, what is your excitement? What do you really like about what you're doing? And then, how can we be of assistance? How can I be of assistance as far as using that key of computing? How can we help you do a better job? And this is something that you're very interested in, something you're very excited about. How can we help you do a better job, more effective job? Because that, after all, is what computing tool is about, is how can you, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, do a better job with what you're doing so you can feel better about yourself and about your vocation. What is your passion?
To have Dr. Fritz address your organization, simply call the number listed on the outside of this videotape.